Welcome back, ECHL fans, to another episode of the ECHL Insider. I am your host, Garret Hunter, and wow, we have got a lot to unpack in this episode, so let's dive right in with a few scores from last week. Reading and Wheeling went at it on Sunday afternoon with the Reading Royals, a 3-2 victory. These two teams at the top of the standings in the ECHL right now, two teams that look really good, and they meet again this week that we will preview for you later. On Saturday night, all 30 ECHL teams were in action. Tons of games to watch, a lot of fun, but two to highlight for you. The Tulsa Oilers stay hot, 6 consecutive wins for the Oilers as they knock off the Allen Americans 4-2 on the road. And the Fort Wayne Comets going up against a heated rival, the Toledo Walleye. Walleye defended home ice, though, with a slim 2-1 victory over their rivals, the Fort Wayne Comets. A very good game, a very close game between the Walleye and the Comets on Saturday night. Well, with that, we will jump right into our top 5 games of the week. Really a loaded docket around the ECHL. Several non-division games also to point out to you this week. We'll have one of those to talk about as well. But let's start at the top with number 5, the Bloomington Bison and the Fort Wayne Comets on Friday night. Two teams that have looked good so far in the Central Division. You know, Bloomington trying to get to their first ever playoff berth in their second season. They got a long way to go, as does everybody right now in mid-November. But, you know, they look good. I like the steps that they've taken so far this year. And, you know, we're no stranger to Fort Wayne being a contender in that Central Division. They look like they are again this year. So it should be a very good matchup on Friday night. And at number 4, the Adirondack Thunder travel west to Indiana, where they will see the Fuel on Friday and Saturday night from Fisher's Event Center. Two teams that don't see each other very often, but Indy did go to a 3-game series in Glens Falls last year. A lot of brawls in that one. You saw one of those fights of the weeks last season when those two teams met with not a whole lot on the line. Now these two rosters have improved, right? They've won some games early in the season. A lot to play for, right? Still early in the season. So really impressed at these two rosters, and I want to see how they compete with each other. Two up-and-comers, I would say, right now in the ECHL, both trying to, you know, come back from last season. Yes, Indy made the playoffs, but you know, a quick elimination last year when these two teams met. There wasn't a whole lot on the line for Adirondack. There was for Indy. But, yeah, it should be a really good matchup back-to-back nights in Fisher's Event Center. At number 3, the South Carolina Stingrays bring their winning streak into Atlanta, or so they think. They'll have 2 games before this one on Sunday afternoon in Duluth, Georgia with the Gladiators. But boy, do these two teams look good so far. South Carolina, I mean, they've scored at will almost, and my gosh, the goaltending from Seth Isley and Mitchell Gibson, they've been amazing. They've been now in South Carolina together for 2 seasons. How much does that factor into it? I mean, the friendship between them and just the chemistry, you know, of the two-headed monster in goal for South Carolina has just been incredible. That now we've seen for over 1 season. Second season they're together. I mean, it's been amazing. So either goalie starts, Isley or Gibson, you have a very capable guy in between the pipes for South Carolina. And on Atlanta's side, they've looked great so far to start the season. Long season ahead. They know what it takes. You know, you look back 2 seasons ago, they started with the great 9-0 start, ended up being the worst team in the league. So they have that in the back of their mind. They got to, you know, keep staying strong, keep winning games, but it's going to be hard against this South Carolina team. They don't mess around, especially on the road. And next at number 2, the Stingrays, before they get to the Gladiators, have to go south to Estero. Wednesday and Friday night in Estero. It will be must-watch hockey, really. Stingrays and Everblades, 2 fierce rivals. I mean, they played some excellent contests last year. They meet for the first time this season on Wednesday night in Estero. It's going to be really, really fun to see. Maybe some tone setting. I wouldn't be surprised if you see some fights, some big hits early in Wednesday night's game, just to set the tone for the rivalry for really the rest of the season. These two teams expect to be at the top of the South Division year in, year out. They expect to go deep into the playoffs year in and year out. And I mean, when they go head to head, it is very, very fun to watch. So Stingrays and Everblades, Wednesday and Friday night, you'll want to catch those two going head to head. And our top game of the week, the two best teams in the ECHL will meet 3 times, the Wheeling Nailers and the Reading Royals, Tuesday morning, Friday night, and Saturday night between Reading and Wheeling. It should be fun. A school day game, Tuesday morning, should have a lot of energy in the building for that one. But man, I mean, these two teams have looked good already. They've played each other a few times already. So it should be fun to see them go head to head again 3 times this week. And, you got a school day game. It's, total shakeup in your routine. You drop the puck at 10:30 a.m. So how do both teams handle that aspect? But I think these are two very good coaches in their first year behind the bench, and they'll have their teams ready to go. So it should be very fun to see. Well, the fun doesn't stop there, because now we've got our fight of the week. Tian Rask and Hudson Wilson throwing the punches on Saturday night. I mean, at center ice, they did not mess around. And I think, honestly, Rask got a little more than he was asking for from Hudson Wilson in this fight. We'll let you determine that, though. Make sure to comment below. We'd love to hear your feedback. And make sure to enjoy this fight at center ice between Wichita and Kansas City.
Hoist this one out. It's gloved down by Hudson Wilson at center. Dumps it back in. Neen wraps it around out to the neutral zone once more. There's going to be a fight. Hudson Wilson against Tian Rask. They both grab hold of each other now. Wilson with a huge uppercut on Rask. Gets in a couple of rights. Rask trying to retaliate, but Wilson with an excellent stranglehold on Rask. Starts the jackhammer, delivers a few rights, gets in another uppercut on Rask. Rask holding on for dear life. Wilson throws in another couple of haymakers. Rask is pushed up against the wall, and the linesman has stepped in.
What a bout for Hudson Wilson. He has the size advantage, and he uses every inch of that